You know, we talk a lot of time about residential real estate and some hope now that with interest rates back under 7%, that seems to be the defining point where a lot of people come back in, refinance, or at least attempt to look for homes versus getting over 7% and they don't. Corporate finance, though, that kind of stuff, that's a bit of a different game here, and a lot of worries about that and what's happening on the business front. Don Peebles is a former Obama fundraiser, the Peebles Corporation CEO and founder, well-schooled in all of this stuff. Don, that's the difference, right? When we look at a lot of corporate real estate out there, they're having a devil of a time filling those spaces, and now in the face of higher interest rates, doubly so. Are you worried?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the commercial real estate space, especially retail and commercial office buildings, are going to continue to have significant value loss. If you look at what has happened with commercial office buildings, they got a double punch. They got punched with interest rates and they got punched with remote working. So in New York City, for example, about half of the workforce is going back to occupying offices. That's a devastating impact for commercial office building owners.
This isn't your bailiwick, although you're a pretty savvy investor in your own right. You've seen what's going on right now with NVIDIA and a lot of these Magnificent Seven stocks in general, disproportionately weighted now the higher they go in all the major market averages. I'm just wondering, on that aspect alone, is this froth to you or substance to you? I mean, you've been through young as you look, bull and bear markets alike. What do you think?
Well, look, I think that we've been through some interesting times in the country, but it's technology that innovates, and technology is what's creating these values. I mean, if you look at AI, it's a meaningful change and impact in terms of our society, how we live, and how we do business. Our company uses AI extensively now, and it's making us much more efficient. And so there's a lot of value in these kinds of stocks, and I think that they'll continue to run up because they're going to expand their customer base. And as technology makes this more efficient, it'll be more widely used. And I think that these types of stocks have a lot of runway ahead of them.
Let me ask you a little bit about this civil effort to go after Donald Trump. It's easy to play politics with that, but I've talked to a number of business leaders who don't like the signal that is being sent by this judge and this court and this state attorney general, where they can be fingered for doing things that are not, they thought, illegal. And it's going to put a chill on business activity in New York State. Some might just want to leave if a good many haven't already because of the high taxes and everything else. What do you think of all that?
Well, I think it's another indication that New York is not business friendly. This is obviously a unique situation. The legal system is being weaponized for political purposes. And by the way, throughout our nation's history, it's happened before. The criminal justice system was used against Martin Luther King Jr. So the criminal justice system can be weaponized, and the legal system has. No one else would have been sued for what Donald Trump has been sued for with regards to his financial statements. His own lender, who they were submitted to, said they didn't rely upon them, said that they would not have made a difference, and they want to do business with him again. I mean, a victimless crime, and one that if they were going to charge people for it, they would be charging thousands of people in New York City alone. And the reality is he's the only person that's been charged with this, or sued for this. So I think it'll be reversed on appeal, and I think that it's an unfair circumstance. Look, for justice to prevail, it has to be applied equitably, equally, even when we don't necessarily like the person. Not to say I don't like Donald Trump, but I'm saying that for political purposes, we cannot use our system for that purpose.
Let me switch to a guy I know you do like, and that is Barack Obama. You're very close friends. You were very helpful getting him elected president. He's apparently concerned about his former vice president. In fact, he's quite alarmed. Are you?
Yes. I mean, I think that the Democratic Party should turn the page. President Biden was to be a transitional president. I even said it on your show that I thought that he would be president and Kamala Harris would be waiting in the wings, learning how to become president. I think she has disappointed a lot of people, including me. And I think that the team that's in place now ought to step aside. I mean, I don't see how he can beat Donald Trump. if all that's been thrown at the former president has been thrown at him and he's still ahead in the polls, I mean, it's telling us all something that Americans don't want this president and this administration anymore. And it's time for him to move on for the good of the country.
Wow. Don, thank you very much. Those comments carry considerable weight. We'll be watching the fallout from that.